welcome back to the Early Nerds podcast for episode 5 now. Today we're going to be discussing the origins of the Transformers, but before we get into that, I just want to give a special thanks to our co-host CJ for giving us our brand new spanking logo, guys. It is amazing. And also before we get into this, actually I got a little surprise I want to show you, CJ. So I'm gonna send this over in the Discord real quick. I want to show you this.
Let's see.
Your file is too powerful. Fuck you.
Oh no.
Oh god damn. Hold on. I'm gonna send it to you on Google because Google doesn't do that. Oh shit. Oh my god. It's over 9,000. Hold on 1 second. God damn it. I should have tried this before.
So good.
All right. When in doubt, use Google, folks. Okay. Well, while this is loading, anyways, what I also wanted to talk about too is I wanted to also give a special thanks to everyone that showed love and support to the videos and all of you TikTokers out there that are sharing, saving the videos, and all that other good stuff. We want to just give you a very special thanks from the bottom of our hearts. And our video for Multiversal Spider-Man is almost at 1,000 views right now on YouTube. So keep it going, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Did you get the email?
Let me check. That must have been what that notification was.
You
There
folks,
we are.
you folks are already seen this by now, but this is first time seeing it.
Let's take a peek. Oop. Video is still processing.
God damn it, Google.
I'll just download it. Ooh, I like that.
Right?
Neato.
I thought about making it like super bright at the beginning, like it like having like some really like a flare kind of. But I was like, I'm gonna see how he likes this first.
Oh, looks great, man.
Hells yeah. And then actually got it just like in black and also in white as well too. So just for like,
Sweet.
sometimes just for some simple, regular
Hmm.
stuff. But that's like, like the animated intro that we're gonna be using
like
from
that.
now on. Yeah.
Good job.
I use this effect in After Effects called Pulse Arc. And well, it's technically called Saber, but they have an effect in it called Pulse Arc that makes it kind of like electricity. And I was like, that kind of looks like when they use warp magic a little bit, or like some futuristic-y type stuff. So I was like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
All right, though. One more quick thing before we get started here. I just snapped my mic against my. I do that every goddamn episode. Um, but one quick thing real quick I just wanted to say sorry about last episode, guys, because I actually realized that I had my mic set to max volume. So if it seemed like I was like screaming in the mic, I really wasn't.
He actually was. I saw him.
um but let's get this started. CJ is going to tell us about the Transformer origins today, and I am super excited to learn about this because I have no idea about the origins of the Transformers. So, without further ado, CJ, take it away, my friend.
Right on. So essentially, Transformers wasn't necessarily something that started here in the US, actually. It was something that was actually brought over from overseas. They had both kind of started off with kind of G.I. Joe-esque figures. They were kind of trying to copy what was going on the western side of the world, but eventually they kind of found their own niche in terms of, well, let's make this G.I. Joe looking dude cyborg. And then it went into, well, let's give him some actual, gears and motors inside the guy himself. And then it kind of just developed into, all right, well, let's just make this, a transforming, suit of armor that could then transform into, for one company, just generic vehicles, and with microchange being more so small technology bits. They were kind of like almost like spy tools. So a lot of the microchange items were more so handheld items, cassettes, guns, projectors, record players, or watches even. And Hasbro was kind of just seeing how popular that was in the Western market and decided to kind of license them out to the US. Brought them on board, but they really weren't a big fan of what little story there was behind the toys. So they kind of recolored a lot of toys. They kind of created a bunch of story for these toys that they brought over from the Western market. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, every single model of action figure that they had brought over from the first generation was a recolor of an existing toy. They didn't make any brand new things, they just painted them different colors. And because they needed a way to market it, they decided let's just make a comic book, and they also decided to make TV shows, which were kind of just essentially 30-minute long advertisements with little breaks inside of the advertisements for even more advertisements to sell their actual toys.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was a really interesting time back then.
See, I thought like Hasbro or something was just like, let's just make some Transformers, like make some cars that transform into robots.
No, they actually kind of just piggybacked off of the successes that they were seeing from overseas.
Huh.
But in a weird sort of way, because the overseas toys were kind of trying to make a GI Joe figure, but with their own little twist, Hasbro was in a roundabout way kind of also responsible for them, even though they didn't create them.
That's fucking dope, man.
Both the British and US comics actually had entirely different storylines as well. And so, while most of them followed similar general beats, the actual stories and adventures they went on from a week to week basis were completely different.
Holy shit. So I'm actually looking up some of this stuff too. It looks like they crossed over a lot with a bunch of things.
Oh, yeah. In fact, when it came to the US market, Marvel actually picked up the publishing rights for the comic books. And so, very early on in the US side, they were facing off against Marvel superheroes.
I was just about to say that too. I was like, I see one where like Spider Man's in it right now.
Oh, yeah.
That looks fucking dope. And who is that? Slipstream? Who is that? I
You
think
talking about the one where Spider Man's swinging around someone?
yeah.
Megatron.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh,
yeah, they also did a lot of partnerships or collaborations with other toys. So I mean, GI Joe and Transformers were constantly being referenced side by side. There were multiple occasions where the GI Joes would be in the same comic books, fighting the Decepticons alongside the Autobots. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, they actually GI Joe's accidentally killed Bumblebee once because they mistook Bumblebee as a Decepticon and they just blew him up.
how did you feel about the movie though? The Rise of the Beast.
It was pretty good. I definitely think that we're heading in a better spot in terms of Transformer movies. I really liked Bumblebee as well. It was a nice little solo adventure that kind of didn't necessarily focus itself on tying back into the end of the Michael Bay fiasco um, of those movies, because the last couple of movies were just they were something.
You talk about with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Oh God.
Oh man, and they try to explain Romeo and Juliet's law.
Well, and funny thing, the way that they incorporate or they try to incorporate it into the movie, it wouldn't have even actually been applicable in that situation. So even then, when they included something in their story about transforming robots, they still got it wrong.
um, do you feel like the way that we're heading in this new era of Transformers, you feel like it's more comic book accurate?
Well, I don't necessarily feel like it's page for page everything's happening how it happens in the comic books, but it can take itself a little less seriously. Towards the end of those Transformer movies, they were very wildly teetering from overly serious to, oh, this robot just made another fart joke.
Yep.
And then here he is, like 2 minutes later, executing someone in broad daylight.
Before I went and seen Rise of the Beast, because I I'm like, I might as well just watch the timeline, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And when Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch actually rebuilt Optimus and everything in his lab or whatever, right
Mhm.
before he actually transforms, you can hear that man say like "Sam, run," and like
Hmm.
it's really creepy too. Like he's like screaming a bunch of like things when he's waking up, but one of them, if you listen really carefully, you can hear him say, "No, Sam, run."
I was too busy geeking over the fact that for once they actually brought the original Optimus Prime Peterbilt cab over engine style back into live action.
Oh yeah.
Because that was the first time we had seen anything other than Guy Fieri tow truck.
Oh hell yeah. Oh, so one little thing too that I got for you for this thing that I actually cooked up another little list for you.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
so I put together a list of 10 weird Transformers. Not all of them are weird, but
hmm
they're just kind of ones that stood out to me, especially when I was a kid, and just ones that I think that people will find interesting. And maybe you might, because maybe you haven't heard any of these.
Okay.
So,
Let's
have
hear
you
it.
ever heard of the shoe Optimus Prime?
Is this the Nike one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a couple more as well. I want to say one was Starscream.
Oh,
Yeah, I've heard of them. It's such a weird collaboration because there's nothing inherently robotic about a shoe.
did you know these things sell on eBay for about 129.99 USD?
Oh, I definitely wouldn't doubt it.
It literally transforms into Optimus Prime, and it has shoelaces and shit too.
It has functional shoelaces,
Yes.
but you can't wear it though.
No.
And it's one of those things where you really can't display it properly either way. Because if you display it as a shoe, it just looks like a regular shoe that you're putting on a shelf.
It really does.
But then when you transform it, it's just like Optimus Prime with what look like giant wings.
I thought it was like the funniest thing when I fucking seen this thing. I was like, no way Nike and Hasbro did that. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
Oh yeah, it was definitely an interesting part.
Another cool one that I actually had on here is the Marvel superhero Transformers.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah.
I think I had the oh goodness, I had the Wolverine, and I can't remember what specific vehicle he transformed into.
I had Hulk and he transformed, I believe, into a truck, I want to say.
Ooh.
He was like a Hulk smash truck. But yeah, Marvel, like you said, Marvel and Hasbro actually like did a lot of stuff together with Marvel and people that made Transformers did a lot of
hmm
stuff together. And they created that concept and made like a bunch of different ones. Like you said, they have Wolverine, they have Spider-Man, Spider-Man in his black suit. Uh shit, there's a couple more, but yeah, that one I thought was like fucking awesome. I don't
Oh yeah.
know why anyone wouldn't want like their superheroes turning into a car. That's like the best of both worlds. That's Hot Wheels and ass kicking.
I will say, while Marvel initially had the rights to the comic books, they no longer do have the rights for the Transformers.
That sucks.
It went over to goodness, I can never remember. Let me look this up just to double check. Yeah, so it started off with Marvel, and then it moved over to Dreamwave for the comics. But after that, Dreamwave went under, and it went over to IDW, to which I think it is. It currently resides. Actually, nope. IDW had the publishing rights, but now they lost it, and it looks like they have yet to announce who is taking over the comic book rights. Maybe it'll be Marvel again.
Hopefully. I would love to
That'd be
see
cool.
them like maybe make an appearance in the Marvel universe. That'd be so sick.
Imagine the X-Men meet their, or the Marvel characters meet their Transformer counterparts.
That would be so fucking cool. I thought you were gonna say for a second, like, imagine the X-Men meet the Transformers and they think they're Sentinels.
Oh, that would be cool too.
That would be cool. Another one I have on here is the Mickey Mouse Transformer. I don't know if you remember this one or not.
I think I've heard of them. I know that there are a couple of combiner toys where they're Toy Story as well.
They do have those ones too. But
Let me
this
look
one
this
right
up.
here, Mickey Mouse actually is a hybrid of him and Optimus Prime.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty cool. Hold on, let me send you a picture of him at you real quick. I Got a little
I
picture.
actually have a photo already.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say I forgot. I had all these pictures already saved that I was gonna send you. But
Oh, and Donald Duck becomes the eel? I like that.
Mickey Mouse, I think, actually sells on eBay for I want to say $80 right now. It's like
Uh,
50 or $80.
wouldn't be surprised. Disney crossover merch tends to be pretty highly sought after.
Another one that I have as well is the Night Scream Beast Machines.
Night Scream Beast Machines.
So this is from the line it's from. It's called Beast Machines.
Oh yeah.
This one specifically, the reason why I put him on there is because his design and his toy is not the greatest. I remember going over to my friend's house when I was younger, and he had this Transformer, and it's just like really not the best to look at. I'm gonna send you a picture of it real quick. Here we
I think
go.
it's the bug eyes.
Oh, you already got it. You already got it.
It's the bug eyes and the weird hair for me.
Yeah, it's like it looks like just plastic.
Beast Wars didn't necessarily have the greatest graphics, but at the same time, it was one of the very first few animations to even dip their toes into that type of stuff. So gotta give them the credit on that end.
Yes.
Optimus Prime will also probably one of my favorite alternate Prime designs.
Definitely. Have you ever heard of the Happy Meal Transformers?
Is this the ones that actually turn into like the burger and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were an interesting idea.
When I used to go to McDonald's, there was three things that I would always look forward to. It would be either the Transformers, like the ones that turned into the burgers and stuff, the
Oh yeah.
Pokemon cards, or Hot Wheels. And I remember these, and I was like, they were cool when I was a kid, but now when you go back and look at them, they're just it's like what the fuck? I was transforming a robot into a burger. It's just weird, but it's cool though.
Interesting that how in depth some of those toys got. Because nowadays, I mean, we'll say I haven't gotten a Happy Meal in at least a decade, but
You didn't get the adult Happy Meal?
nah, I was too late. But yeah, it's just interesting. You know, they used to come with actual toys or even full video games
Yep.
sometimes. Granted, they weren't the best quality, but well.
Man, kids nowadays got the shit end of the deal for the Happy Meals, I'll tell you that.
And a lot of people still fondly remember the Happy Meal Transformer toys. Sometimes they can sell for really well too.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the Pretenders?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very weird line of toys.
So I gotta ask you a question real quick. What is the
Mhm.
tagline for Transformers?
Robots in disguise.
Exactly. Robots in disguise. Not turning into humans, man. These things are fucking disgusting.
Well, I will also say, Pretenders, interesting concept. Same time, these are regular sized Transformers that are just wearing a meat suit out on the outside. Can you imagine somebody just stomping down the street that's regular Transformer size? So what, 12 feet tall, 15 feet? You know, you're not fooling anyone, man. I will say there's also a evil Transformer Pretender. What is his name?
Are you talking about
His
Skid?
name is no, his name is Doubleheader.
What?
He is a Decepticon transfer Pretender, but his human disguise is a two-headed dude.
Oh yeah, I see the
Term,
toy for that guy.
in terms of blended in, not doing that well, mate. Oh no, he's an Autobot. Interesting.
Oh, that's even worse.
We'll say though, Pretenders did give us Bludgeon, which a lot of people really think is cool. So, you
Yeah,
know,
it's pretty cool.
out of every bad thing, you're always finding a little bit of good.
Do you remember Cosmos from Generation 1?
Oh, is that the one that turns into a UFO?
Yeah. Do you remember his toy, man?
Really, really weird. Really clunky too.
Yeah, he kind of just looked like a flying saucer with a red button on the top.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty cool though, but I mean, it was just like bad toy design.
I will say I think there was actually an entire storyline where he ended up with amnesia on an alien planet.
Did you like think he was an alien or something?
Yeah, because they thought he was like their god because he like showed up in like basically almost identical to their alien spaceships, and then he transforms, and they're like, "Oh, this thing can actually talk. That's kind of cool." And they thought it was like one of their gods or something.
Do you remember what Megatron's first transformation was?
It was a gun.
Yeah. Do you remember the
It's just
toy
a
for
regular
it?
gun.
Yeah, it was a fucking P38 pistol.
Mm-hmm. The James Bond gun.
Yeah. He was a fucking gun. And I remember wanting this as a kid.
I
And
still want it.
I man, me too. And my mom wouldn't let me get it because it looked too much like a BB gun. Because when I was a kid, BB guns were like the shit. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of cops really thinking that BB guns were real because they
Oh
didn't
yeah.
have the orange tip.
Mm-hmm.
And this gun does not have the orange tip.
Oh no, not at all. That was before many child safety laws came into effect for kids' toys.
They actually remade it, I want to say probably about like in like 2012, I want to say. And they actually put an orange tip on it.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I don't want that one.
Yeah. After that, they decided to change his alt mode, and a lot of alt modes kind of came out of nowhere. It seems like the one that he stuck to the most lately, though, is a regular tank, which I think still works.
Do you like him better as a tank or as a jet? Or when he can do like both?
I prefer the gun.
Me too.
I mean, just the fact that Megatron is this big bad guy and his transforming alt mode is the most powerful weapon known to man, and it's just a pistol. And it needs to be shot by other people as well. Like, he can't actually control it himself.
He
It
just
just
like
does something for me.
just jumps into some guy's head. Pull the trigger. Pull the fucking trigger.
Oh, yeah. I mean, most of the time it's Soundwave, and Soundwave's just like, all right, I'll do this, I guess.
Kind of reminds me of like one of those guns from Borderlands, like you know that talk.
Oh, the one that talk?
Yeah, and then you just throw it in, and it just respawns in your hand full ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good old Megatron. Do you know who Metroplex is?
Oh, that is the Transformers City, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
So
one was pretty cool.
this one, shout out to Kaylee for this one, by the way. She actually sent me this one. I had no idea about this guy until she sent me him. But you already know, but he's a gigantic ass robot that actually transforms into a whole ass city. And have you
Hmm.
seen his toy before?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty neat.
You can like race Hot Wheels on that bitch, man.
Oh, yeah. It was one of, if not the largest Transformer toys at the time.
Dude,
And came with multiple other Transformers that you could use around the city.
dude, I had a hard enough time transforming Optimus. I couldn't imagine doing this.
It's like a child-sized Transformer, honestly.
It was
Imagine having a toy bigger than you.
yeah, Titans from Warhammer. They're like did you say they're like the size of infants?
Something like that, yeah. Weigh as much as one, too.
Oh Jesus! Oh, if I'm not, if I remember correctly, I think he is like the second biggest transformer in the whole series. I think Unicron's the biggest.
Yeah, he definitely was for quite a while. I want to say Scorponok is also a pretty large figure as well.
Oh really?
Well, the original Scorponok was. I want to say they kind of just retooled the Metroplex.
I would love to see Metroplex in the movie though. I don't know
Yeah,
how
that would
they
be pretty cool.
animate that, but shit. Last one that I have on here is Slugfest.
Which one's that?
This is the one that actually he's a Decepticon that transforms into a cassette tape, and he can control like little clones that he makes of himself remotely.
Oh, it's a little tiny dinosaur.
Yeah, he looks like a taco. He looks like a fucking taco, man. I remember having this one as a kid too.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Of all the ones that I always had, I always kept like Bumblebee and like a couple weird ones.
Oh, yeah.
But still to this day, I have yet to fully transform and a fully running Optimus Prime. I can't do it. It's so hard. I don't know why. I have never fully transformed him. I've always had to have someone else do it for me.
Well, nowadays you can buy a transforming Optimus Prime that does it for you.
Oh yeah, the ones that just you push a button and he transforms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah.
A few neat little honorable mentions on my half for you.
Oh hell.
Transmutate.
What's that?
So Transmutate was a character from the Beast Wars series. Didn't really get a toy until relatively recently. But basically, long story short, For Beast Wars, the Decepticons were trying to go back in time to stop the Autobots from winning the war. The Maximals followed after them, but they were carrying a bunch of, I think they called them protoforms. And these protoforms essentially were young Transformers that had yet to wake up.
Huh.
And when you woke them up, they could scan the environment and pick out, their alternate mode, and then they kind of went from there. Transmutate was one of the protoforms that, like, when they crash landed, that pod ended up out in the open. And when they went to recover the pod, they discovered that the pod had already been damaged and that this character wasn't able to actually pick out an alt mode. But yeah, there was a full episode or two dedicated to this character. Pretty neat little character.
So since he wasn't able to pick out anything, what does he transform into? He just nothing?
Oh no, she doesn't transform into anything.
Oh, it's a girl?
Mm-hmm.
Is she strong?
Not really. I want to say she had like a sonic blast or something. But yeah, she was essentially it was kind of a really interesting take on, this character isn't necessarily living a super great life and is kind of suffering. What should we do? And so it kind of had a storyline that was a bit ahead of its time, which was kind of interesting.
That's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Another one you probably would already know would be Rodimus and Rodimus Prime,
I actually don't know this one.
or Hot Rod.
Okay, no, no.
Yeah. So Rodimus Prime is the version at the end of the movie when he opens up the Matrix of Leadership and becomes the leader of the Autobots. Hot Rod, really cool transformation. Rodimus Prime transforms into a giant camper van with flames on the side.
Why?
It's a good question. Yeah, going from sleek muscle car to just camper van.
Do they ever say why Optimus always transforms into like big ass vehicles?
My assumption would probably be something along the lines of large vehicle equals large individual. In fact, that was actually one of the main reasons why Optimus didn't transform into his classic cab style when the first movies came out.
See,
Because when he transformed into his regular character, he would have been like about equal height compared to everyone else, and they wanted him to be a little larger. So they just gave him a different alt mode that made him longer.
dude, I remember watching the first Transformer movie when it came out. And do you remember when Optimus transformed in the alley
Yeah.
when he met Sam? Yeah. I remember watching that, and I was watching it with my mom, and we were both like, dude, this guy's still transforming. He's still going. He's going. Like, we're like, is he done yet? And even when he's talking to Sam while he's like on the hood of Bumblebee's car, you can still see his gears spinning and transforming.
Oh yeah. You can see little sound waves in his mouth when he opens and talks.
Yep.
I thought that was a cool idea. Yeah, they didn't really show a lot of transforming for Transformer movies, but they need to give Optimus Prime his due time.
One thing I do have to say about Optimus Prime though is that this
He
man
dies
will
in
put you.
everything.
You said what, sir?
He dies in everything. Basically the Kenny of the Transformers universe. Just one of those things you got to check off the box to have a traditional Transformers experience. Just got to, kill him off for a little while.
Dude, he did die. Technically, didn't he die 2 times in the Michael Bay series?
Yeah, so the first one he died defending Sam, and few people have mentioned that when they drop Optimus Prime back off of the military base, they don't set him gingerly down on the ground. They just dump his body on the tarmac.
Oh, fuck yeah, they do.
Just what a disgrace.
Kind of like them dropping Megatron in the ocean.
Oh yeah. You think they'd give the savior of humanity a little more respect than that. And then yeah, the second time he dies, at the end of one movie, he surprise has rocket boots and can fly around, and he was going out into outer space to find out more about his home world. And then the beginning of the second movie after that, he's just frozen in space. I don't even think he completely left atmosphere before he died.
Oh yeah, I forgot he pulled a Tony Stark.
Yeah, he just flew up into outer space and just died into outer space. Like you didn't think that one through?
And then he came back fucking evil, didn't he? I can't remember.
For like 5 minutes. But then Bumblebee saved him because Bumblebee talked for the first time ever, except he didn't because he spoke in the first movie. It's a Michael Bay film. Don't worry too much about logic.
All you got to worry about is the explosions. That's it. Michael Bay loves to blow shit up.
Oh yeah, he actually calls it Bayhem.
One thing I do got to say though about Optimus, man,
Mm.
this guy will put you on a t-shirt so quick. He does not fuck around in a fight, man. He will kill you. And I love that about him. I love how, you know how when you're watching a movie, right? And
Mm.
let's say the bad guy has this plan to do something to destroy the world or whatever. And
Right.
they take like fucking, even like in the final fight, about like 30 something minutes to actually destroy what they were doing. Like in the new one, even when they were fighting Scourge, it
Mm.
took them about almost like 30 minutes to actually get to that the end part and disengage that little spear thing that they were using to bring Unicron there.
Mhm.
Optimus in Revenge of the Fallen, I timed this, took I want to say 20 seconds to stop what the Fallen was doing when they brought him back.
Right.
He literally just let's roll, flew up there, beat the shit out of Megatron, shot the thing, and then got to work on whooping ass.
Well, I will also say the Optimus Prime that you see in the movies is nowhere near the Optimus Prime from like the original first couple of generations as well. He tries to resolve things more with his words than with fighting. In fact, there's a quote somewhere about Peter Cullen, who's the voice of Optimus Prime, basically saying that his inspiration for the voice was actually his brother. And when he talked to his brother about getting the role for Optimus Prime, his brother basically said something along the lines of anybody who's a leader, can fight, but it takes a true leader and a true test of mettle to be kind. Optimus Prime in the TV show and in the few early comics was very, very much against fighting and killing. It was more so in very dire necessary situations. But yeah, no, in the Michael Bay movies, there are countless times where he'll just threaten to kill you, just in such a blasé way. I mean, when he fights the Fallen, he literally says, "Give me your face," and rips his face off. And then in the next movie, he just publicly executes Sentinel Prime rather than just arresting him. Just shoots him right in the head.
Yep, I love that when he's like that, but I actually kind of like the that speech that you were talking about a little bit
Oh
better.
yeah.
How he's a little bit more using his words. That's actually
Hmm.
pretty cool. I did
Oh
not
yeah.
know that about Optimus. I didn't think he was like that. I thought he was just like hands on deck.
Psychopath.
Yeah, yeah. I thought he I thought he was just
That's what Bay wants you to think.
Bayham.
Mayhem.
Yeah, I thought he was just like like you fuck around and you gonna find out, type deal.
Nope, that was all Bay.
Well, fucking bravo to you, Michael Bay. You got me,
Hmm.
asshole. Jesus. Okay. You got any more honorables?
Yes. So the Transformers, just like any modern day sci-fi or, even just comic book, movie, TV show, you name it, has an alternate version of the Transformers, where all the good guys are bad guys in that version and all the bad guys are actually good guys. Call it the Shattered Glass timeline. So instead of Megatron being like a megalomaniac, he's actually like a resistance fighter. And Optimus Prime is this tyrannical warlord. And it's kind of interesting because, they do interesting switcheroos for certain characters. So instead of Grimlock being this giant dumb animal, he's actually like he's one of, if not the smartest and most well-versed and well-spoken characters in the entire Shattered Glass timeline. But I think one of my favorite characters to come out of Shattered Glass is Hot Rod because he has a little goatee.
No, he
And I
doesn't.
just find it funny.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's actually because when Star Trek did it, Spock had a goatee, so they decided to give it to Rodimus as well, or Hot Rod. But it's such a weird idea. Just give him a goatee.
Just give a robot a goatee.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah, I'm with it. Dude, look at that fucking stash. Oh yeah, that's how you know you're a man right there.
Hmm.
I wonder what it would technically be in like the Transformer universe. Like, what is that? Is that actual hair?
Who
Or
knows?
is it just oil that he just went like nyeh over his face with?
I mean, a lot of Transformers in the Bayverse also have hair or beards too, so
Oh yeah,
who
because
knows?
Hound had a beard.
And the weird Is it supposed to be Wheeljack? I think it was Wheeljack who looked like Albert Einstein.
Yep.
They also publicly executed him.
Oh, fuck yeah, they did.
Rest in peace, Wheeljack.
He was awesome.
Creepy looking.
He was definitely creepy. Not as creepy as the one that humped Megan Fox's leg.
Oh yeah, that's also another Michael Bay thing that I completely blocked out.
Little psychopath. Oh, what's that one?
That's the original Wheeljack.
Oh, nice.
So that's what he was supposed to look like, and
But
then
they-
that's what he actually looked like.
Oh yeah.
He's got the little wispy hairs.
Oh god.
Last honorable mention. It wouldn't be a complete list of weird Transformer things without mention of the Action Masters.
I don't know what these ones are.
So right after Generation 2, Hasbro decided to release a wave of Transformers that didn't transform.
Why?
They were action figures. The quote unquote lore reason behind it was because the specific power source that they were using locked them into their main primary humans or human-esque figures, but kept them from transforming. But yeah, I feel like the main appeal of a Transformer toy is to, transform.
Dude, I couldn't tell you how many times I would just spend like hours just transforming all my Transformers.
Oh yeah, it's like the best part of them.
Yep. Trying to figure out where everything goes, how it rotates.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell you how many times I have Bumblebee's legs backwards.
Yeah, most of their like accessories, so their guns would transform, or the vehicle they rode in would transform, but they didn't.
So they just kind of just stood there. They were just always transformed.
Yeah, I mean they were basically like GI Joe toys.
Okay. Did they have
It
like
was
arm
essentially,
movements?
I mean, at the shoulder, not at the elbow.
Oh.
So like legs and arms could move, but nothing else essentially.
Oh,
It was.
I don't like that.
Some say it's a cost-cutting measure by Hasbro, and a lot of people would be right in saying that.
Yeah, I don't like that. That was like the worst, getting a toy and you didn't have elbow movement.
Mm.
Sons of bitches. God damn you, Hasbro. How dare they?
Who's your favorite Transformer?
My favorite Transformer?
Mm-hmm.
I would probably have to say either Jax or probably God, what's the guy's name that has the one eye with the pet snake? He's a Decepticon. Soundwave, I want to say.
Shockwave.
Shockwave, yeah. Shockwave.
He's the purple dude.
Yep. What about you?
I mean, Bumblebee is probably my all-time favorite Autobot. I mean, my favorite car of all time has to be a Yellow Beetle because of Bumblebee, and I would love owning a vehicle like that one day. But you gotta give it to Soundwave, man. He's just always got the coolest design.
Yep.
Transforming into a cassette, and his voice is so cool too.
Mm-hmm. I love how they depicted him in the movie too.
Mm-hmm.
He looked fucking dope.
You saw the original animated movie, right?
Yes, I did.
How traumatized were you when they just gunned down Optimus Prime?
I wasn't that traumatized, but I was just kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, this can't be real. They're fucking with us, right? I didn't honestly really know what to think. I kind of thought that I was like, being pranked because, my family loved to fuck with me, especially with my cartoons. Like I'm trying to think of the show I was watching, Rocket Power. They told me that Otto died in that.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're
On
assholes.
screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And they're like, in this episode, Otto dies. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Otto dies.
Yes, you see him get run over.
And, me being a kid, being gullible and stupid, I believed the shit out of it. So, yeah. Good job, guys.
Right on.
What about you? How did you feel? Were you traumatized?
I mean, it was definitely one of those things, like you were saying, where I was just like, "Oh my, am I allowed to watch this?" Because 90% of the people in that movie, by the end of the movie, are just dead. But yeah, it was one of those things where Hasbro didn't realize how popular the characters were. They just saw them as products, and so when the new line was supposed to come out, they were like, hey, let's introduce these new cool characters and let's just kind of wipe the slate clean in terms of the old guys so that we have more of the new guys on the shelves. And there were so many angry letters from parents that were like, we watched this in theaters and every single kid was bawling their eyes out because you killed Optimus.
Oh, shit.
Nowadays, it's on your Transformer bingo card.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. He dies in every story. He dies.
He tries his best to stay alive for us.
He's not doing that well of a job, eh?
He did. Oh man, they almost got his ass in the new movie too. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It is because I was to say in the new movie he almost got offed if it wasn't for what do they call him, Sonic now, the guy.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Noah. Fuck, I can't remember what his name is.
What a crossover, man!
Right,
Never
dude.
thought Hasbro and Sega would get along so well.
Hell's yeah. You want to know what I thought was cool too about that movie? When I was actually watching the movie with Kaylee, and you remember when Mirage was like, "I need you to take over for a bit, bud," and then he put his armor all around him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee was like, "Oh, he looks like he has just like blue flame and stuff coming from behind him." I was like, "It's a reference to Sonic the Hedgehog."
I didn't catch that.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
So when he's running around, and do you notice he kind of looks like a blue streak when he's running? Who else looks like a blue streak when they're running? He does not look like a Power Ranger, Kaylee.
I don't know. I wasn't a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan back in the days.
I love Sonic the Hedgehog so much. My favorite food is what Sonic's favorite food is. Do you know what his favorite food is? It's a chili cheese.
Fast food restaurant.
Oh my! It's Sonic.
SpaghettiOs.
No, it's a chili cheese dog with extra onions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Sonic's favorite food.
Huh.
Like she already had it loaded up too. What is that?
Sonic the Hedgehog. SpaghettiOs.
What the fuck? I don't appreciate this. I don't. That looks gross. It's almost as bad as when they did what the hell Kraft, like SpongeBob. Ugh.
Oh, you didn't like those?
I don't like Kraft because it's powdered cheese. It's gross. I do like the Scooby Doo ones though. You gotta love Scooby Doo.
It's the same. It's the same thing.
No, it's not. It tastes different. It's completely different.
We'll say in terms of weird tie-ins to companies, Transformers actually has a couple of weird ones. One of them being they had sausages back in the day,
like
back during the Beast Wars TV shows and stuff.
they had like transforming hot dogs. Like they would.
Oh no! It was just sausage.
Oh, okay. I thought the hot dog like
They were
transformed into a burger or something. I'm like,
no. They were just regular. It was regular food. It was just like Slim Jims essentially, or like hot dogs, just with the Transformers branding on it.
that's cool. I thought they were gonna be like flavored or something. Like this one tastes like
No,
Optimus Prime.
no.
That'd be pretty cool. Nice bit of oil change. This one tastes like Valvoline. That was stupid. I'm done. I promise I'm done.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
He's had enough. He's done. All right. You got anything else to say, buddy? I'm done with my shitty jokes. I'm done with my dad jokes.
No, you're all good.
What's that? Beast Wars sausage? Oh,
It's the sausage. Really quick. Back in the days before Beast Wars came out and they were trying to introduce it, a lot of people got really upset that they were trying to introduce transforming animals. And the purists back in the days were like, Transformers should only transform into vehicles. They should transform into non-organic things. This is so stupid. And so they had a huge petition, and their main catchphrase was "truck, not monkey."
what?
Yeah.
So they were out like waving signs that said "truck, not monkey."
Basically, I mean, it was before hashtags, but I could guarantee you that it would have become a hashtag if it was nowadays.
Truck, not monkey. I'm tweeting it right now.
Truck, not monkey.
Truck, not monkey, guys. All right, my friend CJ, do you have anything else to say about these lovely goddamn Beast Wars sausages?
Find one. Send it to me.
You know what? I'll take one too. Other than that, folks, you guys have a good day. I'll see you later, my nerd herders.
See ya.